Hey guys, it's Kevin from Discovering NL with Kevin, back for another reaction video. I'll be reacting to the top 10 places to visit in Ireland. I'm super excited about this one here. I live in Newfoundland and Labrador. We're considered to be, by many, the most Irish place outside of Ireland. In fact, our music in Newfoundland is connected a lot to the Celtic roots, so much so that we actually do use a bodhrán, an Irish drum, in a lot of our music. I play the bodhrán, and I absolutely love it, and I've learned a lot from Irish bodhrán players, because the Newfoundland music has a lot of Celtic jigs and reels that kind of fuse into our own culture and our own traditions here. So it's really cool. Be sure to check out some Newfoundland music on that. I have made some shorts on my favorite Newfoundland songs over on my Facebook and Instagram pages, so be sure to check those out. Links to all my socials down below in the comments. Last time I did a reaction video, we reacted to the top 10 places to visit in Australia. And of course, you can watch that one up here. I remember where they're going to be this time. I know they're up in that corner now. So you can watch that video there and check out my reaction to the top 10 places to visit in Australia. But today we're going to go and venture into Ireland. Now, I watched a video last time, top 10 places to visit in Australia, that was done by a man named Ryan Shirley, and he is on YouTube. In fact, he has a lot of great places that he tells you that you should visit, and he shows a lot of great reasons why. This is his channel right here. Let's take a look. This is Ryan Shirley's channel, and in that channel he shows a bunch of different places that he has been to, and he shares the top 10 things to do or places to visit while you're there. And of course, like I said, we did Australia last time. This was the Australian one, if you remember that one. But there's a lot here. And I told my team, I said, hey, I like this video. Maybe we can do some more, but see what else we can find. So my research team tried to find some really good videos on Italy, and settled on, well, another Ryan Shirley video. So we're going to watch this one here. This is the top 10 places to visit in Ireland according to Ryan Shirley. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I hope you are too. So let's take a look and see what we can find out about the island of Ireland, the country of Ireland. I guess it's probably the better thing to say. It's a country, more so than it's just a plain old island. I do know that there are a lot of cliffs. There's probably going to be a lot of greenery. I don't know where he's standing there, but that looks really cool. I can't wait to see some of that. Some of the things that I know that translate well over to here in Newfoundland as well, because we have a lot of these things that we have on the go here. So looking forward to that. And looking forward to, venturing out and seeing what it is that Ryan Shirley says we should do if we ever go and visit the country of Ireland. So without further ado, let's take a look.
What's up, guys? My name is Ryan, and I recently returned from exploring the magical country of Ireland, and I want to share with you my favorite places. So here's my Ireland top 10. Ireland is easily one of the most enchanting places on earth.
Ooh, I like that. Is that a castle? Maybe just a fortress, a tower or something? See, that's something we don't really have in Newfoundland. Castles like this. Now, we do have, I guess the one big one would be Signal Hill. That's this one right here. Signal Hill is really cool. It's in St. John's. It's on the top of a big, giant hill. It's actually where the first transatlantic wireless signal was sent. From North America to Europe. That was Marconi, and the letter S in Morse code, ... was sent. I talked about that actually in this video right here. Watch this video. This was about the top 10 facts about Newfoundland and Labrador you may not know. So be sure to check that one out. And you can see Signal Hill from there as well, and my talks on that. Already beautiful, and kind of what I expected so far, and I'm not disappointed at all. I love it. It's gorgeous.
From the Cliffs of Moher to the daunting Skellig Michael Island, Ireland is a mystical land just waiting to be explored. Let's start this video off at Giant's Causeway. Located in Northern Ireland, about a 3 hour drive from Dublin, Giant's Causeway is one of the most recognizable.
See, and I was going to make a joke about Dublin. I held myself back. I was going to say the only thing I know about Ireland is that the capital, the country seems to be growing in population. That I hear the capital is Dublin. You know, when I play on the word Dublin. It's a stupid dad joke, and I'm sorry, all of you from Ireland that are watching this video. You're probably sick of hearing that one, but that's why I didn't say it. So I didn't say it. I didn't at all. I was going to, but I held myself back.
Places in all of Ireland. It's famous for its jagged cliffs and over 40,000 basalt columns. They are these perfect hexagons that cover the coast. According to legend, the causeway was built by an Irish giant so he could cross the northern sea. When I was there, we started by hiking above the cliffs and then made our way down to the causeway. I was just amazed by the bizarre rock formations. I had such a fun time walking on them. It's wild to think they were made by nature. Now while you're there, you can
See, this stuff amazes me. Nature amazes me. Those basalt pillars made by nature. Maybe somebody in the chat who knows about this can inform me on how this works and how this is done. I have no idea. This is new to me. We don't have any of that here in Newfoundland. So that's really cool. I don't know a lot about them. I have seen pictures and stuff like that before. This is probably the most extensive I've seen of them, to be honest with you. So let me know. Let me know in the chat. Maybe you can recommend a video to me to watch to learn a bit more about basalt pillars.
Also hike around to other spots on the coast, such as the amphitheater. I really like this one rock formation called the Chimney Stacks on the cliffs.
Wow.
Now while we're still in Northern Ireland, we're going to head over to Carrick a Reid. It's this scenic bridge that crosses the sea over to this little island. I was just amazed by the watercolor there. I mean, it's just so blue, contrasted perfectly with the green cliffs. Now just 20 minutes from there, you can visit the Dark Hedges. It's this
Those are so cool trees. They're really neat looking. I don't know what kind of trees they are, though, but I like those.
avenue lined with over 90 beech trees. They were planted
Beech trees.
150 years ago. Now, according to legend, there's a ghost called the Grey Lady who wanders the road. Definitely has a spooky vibe, especially at night. Now, after, we're going to leave Northern Ireland to visit the Skellig Cliffs. Now, located in the county of Donegal.
All right, so this is giving a bit of a picture of the size of the island, I guess. So we're looking at about, is it a 4-hour drive to get from one side to the other here in that respect? Trying to... So this would be a drive to Gander for me, from Corner Brook, Newfoundland, thereabouts. This would be a drive to Gander. So yeah, it's a bit of a drive. It really is. A lot of driving to be done. I wonder how long it would take to go from the northern part of Ireland down to the southernmost part of Ireland. That'd be interesting to see. Judging by this, I'm thinking 9-10 hours maybe. If we take a look at that, like that length of 4 hours and kind of just tip it and go down, which means it would probably take just as long to drive from one end of Ireland to the other as it would to drive from Portabass to St. John's when you get off the ferry. Maybe.
About a 4 hours drive from Dublin, the Skellig Cliffs are some of the highest cliffs in all of Europe with a height of 601 meters. I mean, they're just absolutely massive. Now, when you're there, there's plenty of lookout points, and there's a path that walks along the cliffs that offers astounding views the whole way. I went there for sunset, but if you want to get the best lighting, I recommend going for sunrise. The light will hit those cliffs really nice.
Wow.
Another really beautiful nearby place is the village of Mallinbeg. Now, it's just a 30-minute drive from Skellig, and it's home to one of the best beaches in all Ireland called the Silver Strand. It's this horseshoe-shaped beach surrounded by green cliffs. Now,
So I talked about a spot in the video I did about Australia. I talked a little bit about Bottle Cove. This is giving me Bottle Cove vibes, except this is beautiful sandy beach. Bottle Cove is a rocky beach. But the similar shade to it is really neat. Best sunset, by the way, in Newfoundland. If you ever come to Newfoundland, the best sunset you'll ever see is in Bottle Cove. It's about 45 minutes from where I live, and it's well worth the visit.
The ocean wasn't so cold, you would think you were on a tropical island. Now there's a stairway that walks you down to the beach. I had such a great time walking along the sand and exploring the grassy cliffs. Also in Malmbeg, there's this really cool Napoleonic signal tower that was built over 200 years ago, and you can also get another vantage point of the Skellig Cliffs from there. Now while we're still in Donegal, you can visit Mount Erigal. Now it's the tallest peak in Donegal with a height of 751 meters. Now if you're up for a challenge, you can make the 4-kilometer hike to the top to get some phenomenal views of the area.
Wow.
Afterwards, we're going to visit Eagles Rock. Now located about 40 minutes from Donegal, Eagles Rock is...
Now we have some mountain ranges like that in Newfoundland and Labrador as well, especially up in the Torgant Mountains. You'll see them in Grossmorn and whatnot. Really tall mountains, really beautiful views. Highly recommend that trek as well if you ever come this way. I've climbed a few. Low Me Down Mountain Range I've been up. I've climbed up the mountain range in the Bay of Islands, Bottle Cove in that area, and I've climbed Grossmorn and those mountain ranges. Absolutely stunning. Haven't done Torngat Mountains yet. I want to, but haven't climbed them, I should say. Been there, seen them, been down on the beach. Beautiful, gorgeous. But yeah, this again, like I've said, I wouldn't be surprised. I wasn't going to be surprised if a lot of the scenery looked like Newfoundland, because I think the reason why people say that where I live, Newfoundland and Labrador is the most Irish place, isn't just because of the music and the dialect. Yes, there are people here who still speak Gaelic. Yeah, and still have a very strong accent that sounds a lot like Irish. In fact, I've been asked many a time before I kind of faded out my Newfoundland accent, which I have. It's a different topic for another day, but I've kind of faded out my Newfoundland accent. But when it does come back, and it does come out, and we people have heard it, they've asked if I was from Ireland. So there is that. But I think the other part is the geography. Absolutely stunning, beautiful geography, the likes of which, much of which you will see in Newfoundland as well. So I'm loving this. I got a feeling that Ireland and Australia was the same way. I got a feeling like Ireland, Australia, these places would feel so much like home if I were to spend any bit of time in those locations.
Ireland's highest freestanding tower with a height of 330 meters. You can hike about 6 kilometers to reach the top of the plateau. I mean, it's really a beautiful area over there. Now afterwards, we're going to head back to the coast to visit Downpatrick Head. Now located on the Wild Atlantic Way in North Mayo, it's a distinctly shaped headland home to the impressive Dún Bristí sea stack. Now during World War II, a lookout post was built here with the markings of Air 64, which was used by American aircraft so they knew they had reached neutral Ireland. I mean, I never knew what the purpose of those markings meant. I guess air is the Irish word for Ireland. Anyways, it's just pretty cool history. Afterwards, we're going to visit the most famous place in all of Ireland, the Cliffs.
See, that's something else we have in common. So Newfoundland is the most eastern part of North America in the Atlantic Ocean. And during the World Wars I and II, Newfoundland was used by the United States Air Force a lot. Their army, everything. In fact, in Stephenville, the entire town was built around the airport and the military bases and things and so on and so forth. So another great connection there between Newfoundland and Ireland. I'm really starting to see what they're saying now.
Now located on Ireland's west coast, about a 3-hour drive from Dublin, the cliffs stretch over 14 kilometers, with the highest reaching 214 meters above the sea. Now when you go to the cliffs, you can park at the visitor center. When we were there, we parked at this place called Garen's Path. It's about €5 a person and a short walk to the cliffs, and not nearly as many people were there. Anyways, when we reached them, I was just amazed by the size of the cliffs. I mean, they were way bigger than I imagined, and they just drop off straight into the ocean. If you want to walk to the end of the cliffs, you can make the trek to Hag's Head. Also, another cool spot is O'Brien's Tower, which was built in 1835. If you can...
Okay, I just want to pause for a second. I apologize for the pausing. But I'm noticing some of the names here. And again, another thing common in Newfoundland are our names. Fun fact about me, my name is Kevin. It is actually a Gaelic word. It means, well, probably Celtic. Yeah, Celtic word. It means handsome. Don't know how my parents knew, but...
I definitely recommend waiting for sunset as the light hits the cliffs, giving it a strikingly orange glow. I mean, it's easy to see why it's one of the most popular places in all Ireland. Now, another really cool spot right next to the cliffs is Donegal Castle, just like 10 minutes away, and it's a 16th century tower house, and I just love its unique shape. Now, afterwards, we're going to visit the Aran Islands. Now, they are located right off of Galway, and the Aran Islands are made up of 3 islands, with Inishmore being the largest. Now, to get to the islands, the best option is a ferry from Rossaville. You can also leave from Doolin, which is close to the Cliffs of Moher. Now, the island is covered in these recognizable stone walls made from limestone. I mean, they're just literally everywhere. Now,
that is so, I was wondering what that was, if that was like patterns in the ground. Those are actually little walls. I assume people made those. There's no way that's natural. No way.
while you're on the island, you can rent a bike or just walk around and explore the intriguing landscapes and historical sites of the Aran Islands. Now, another really cool place on the main...
So he didn't mention that. He just mentioned that it was, natural rock, but there's no way those formations are natural. Somebody let me know in the comments. They can't be.
Mainland of Ireland is Derryclare Loch. It's located about an hour's drive from Galway, and it's this lake, and it has this island with these distinct trees. It kind of reminds me of the island in Harry Potter where like Dumbledore's wand was hidden. Anyways, it's just this really scenic site out in the countryside, and it's worth a visit, especially if you're into photography. Now afterwards, we're going to the County Kerry to visit the Gap of Dunlow. Now located in the southwestern tip of Ireland, about a 4-hour drive from Dublin, the Gap of Dunlow is this incredibly scenic...
So it's like all of these places just 4 hours away from Dublin. Is that how that works? That is so cool. This, by the way, this looks like Grossmorn. Wow. I love that. Even the Torgan Mountains. I can see a resemblance here as well.
Mountain pass. Now you can drive it if you're comfortable with skinny, windy roads. Now we parked at the beginning of the pass near Kate Kearney's cottage and then walked up. Now one of my favorite features of the Gap of Dunlow is the bridges. You can reach the Wishing Bridge with just a short walk from the parking lot. Another thing I really loved about the pass was just the size of the mountains. I mean, they were just absolutely massive, and they were just covered in this dark green color. Now afterwards, we're going to visit the Kerry Cliffs. Now located about an hour's drive from Killarney, the Kerry Cliffs are some of the most beautiful in all Ireland. They are over 300 meters high, and many people told me they liked them a lot more than the Cliffs of Moher. The cliffs have such a unique color and finger-like sections that extend into the sea. I mean, there's plenty of viewpoints, and it's just overall a great place to visit. Now for our final destination, we're going to visit the Skellig Islands. Now this was the main reason I wanted to go to Ireland. There are these 2 islands located off of Kerry and are truly out of this world. The only way to get to the islands is by boat. We went with the company Skellig Michael Voyage. I'll link them in the description below. We left from the town of Portmagee. Now the ride out to the islands was no joke. The sea was rough, but it definitely added to the adventure. After about an hour of boating, we made it to the island. We got off the boat and I was just so freaking stoked. We just started.
That's actually not unlike a cool trip you can make in Newfoundland. So we have some islands that surround, but one of the coolest, if you ever come to Newfoundland, is the fact that just south of Newfoundland, about an hour's boat ride, similar, it's a bigger boat, you're taking an actual ferry, you're into the islands of Saint Pierre and Miquelon. If they sound French, it's because they are. They're actually literally part of France. So they're not Canadian, they're not Newfoundland, they're France. And you learn that very quickly as soon as you get off the ferry there. Everyone's French, everyone speaks French, the signs are French, European look, complete different look than what you would see just an hour away or so in Newfoundland. So I'm used to those kind of boat rides and those rough waters to come to a place like this, and I can see why he thought this was going to be his favorite trip. This is gorgeous. Absolutely love this.
Walking up the island's path until we reached the stairs that lead up to the top to the monasteries. Now the stairs were just beyond cool. There were hundreds, if not thousands of puffins.
Yes, we have puffins here as well. Loads of them. Very, very beautiful, cute little critters. In fact, we have a small town in Newfoundland that has that holds the volunteer group, the Puffin Patrol. These guys actually keep an eye on puffins because they perch on these higher peaks just outside the town, and the young baby puffins have to kind of fly or glide down from there into the water. And I guess they don't judge some of them don't judge accurately how far the shoreline is from where they are born, I guess, and raised for a little bit, and end up landing on roads and property instead of out onto the water. So the puffin patrol actually goes out as volunteers looking for these puffins, pick them up, and get them back out to the water where they belong with their families. So it's really cool. Thank you, Puffin Patrol.
We're right next to the stairs and on the island slopes. I mean, they were just so freaking cute. We reached the midway point at Christ Saddle and then kept hiking to the top. After climbing the island's 618 stairs, we finally made it to the monastery. Now, the history of the island is just absolutely fascinating. The monastic settlement dates back to the 6th century.
Wow.
St. Fiona lived simple lives on this isolated island. They built these beehive huts completely out of stone. They were precisely designed to make sure no water could get into them. Now, it's believed there were about 12 monks that lived here at a time. In the 13th century, the monks left the island for mainland Ireland, and since then, Skellig has become a place for pilgrimage. I mean, I can't imagine what it must have been like to live on the island back then. You would have to take a rowboat out there on the turbulent sea, then climb up the jagged rocks to reach the top. Those monks were sure ambitious.
I mean, not to mention your food supply. I mean, what were they eating? Hopefully not puffins, they're too cute. But yeah, they must have had to done that trek often just for supplies alone.
After exploring the monastery, we hiked back down. I just couldn't believe how windy it was up there. We got back on the boat and went over to the northern side of the island, and then on our way back we stopped at Little Skellig. This island is uninhabited, but it's home to one of the largest colony of northern gannets in the world. I mean, I couldn't believe how many birds there were, and you sure could smell them. All in all, the Skellig Islands are one of the coolest places I've ever been, and I couldn't recommend them enough. If you do visit, you can either do a landing tour or just boat around the island. Obviously, I recommend you do a landing tour. Well, that is it for my Ireland top 10. It's one of my new favorite countries, and I just love it so much. I'll be back for part 2. Let me know where your favorite place in Ireland is in the comments below. I also have a relaxation channel where I make hour-long films to bring some peace and nature in your life. I did a video on Ireland with Celtic music that I know you'll enjoy. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at shirley.films. It's Ryan, and we will see you later.
Yes, please do check out Ryan Shirley. I can't thank the man enough for his videos. Absolutely fantastic work. I love them. So be sure to check him out. You might love him as well. I don't know, maybe. That was top 10 places to visit in Ireland. Yeah, absolutely stunning. See, what I like about his videos is it takes away from the more populated cities and communities where it's kind of like they're almost all the same, maybe. At least with his videos so far from Australia and Ireland, what I'm seeing is more about the beauty of the nature of the place. And I love that. That's why I love where I live. That's why I love living in Western Newfoundland, because that's exactly what it is here. So there you have it. Top 10 places to visit in Ireland. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you are from Ireland, maybe you watched this video and you thought there were other places I should visit. Maybe some places better than what we saw, or maybe some of the things that he shared or talked about, you might have some insight on. So please let me know in the comments down below. That rhymed. I like that. I just amuse myself sometimes. That's all I'm saying. Otherwise, please share this video. Make sure you like and comment. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back again with a new video coming up soon, actually, about Newfoundland and Labrador. I've got a new one coming out. It's going to be the top 10 unique names. Yeah, unique names in Newfoundland and Labrador. So be sure to stick around for that if you haven't already. Like I said, subscribe and hit the little notification bell thingy as well, because of course the notification bell is what's going to give you the notifications of whether or not any new videos are coming out. And I apologize for that. That was my own video that just popped up there. But yes, and I will also have another one coming out of it was the top 10 funny unique names, but also top 10 places to visit in Newfoundland as well. So I'll have that one coming up. But right now, be sure to check out my YouTube channel and you'll find that. And of course, in the description down below, you can see the links to all of my socials. Please, by all means, check that out as well. And hey, don't forget to make sure you are following me on World Virtual Tours so you can be a part of the next World Virtual Tour that I'm going to be doing, which is actually going to be in the Gros Morne region. It's a Gros Morne National Park. It is part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site. As of recording this video in the beginning of July, end of July 2024, I'll be doing that tour. So you're not going to want to miss that. In the meantime, folks, thank you so much for watching this. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Did you enjoy that video? Well, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you didn't miss out on any of our future videos. Also, check out this one right here. This was a good one. You might enjoy that one, or maybe that one there is more your style. Either way, check them out and enjoy.